In this video, I analyze the New York Times 2020 election time series data using Excel. So this is the data. It's a JSON file from New York Times website. I will convert this file with a script. I will put the link to the script in the description of the video. So this is the script, and after I ran the script, it gave me a CSV file. Let's open this up. Okay, the data here should be the same as the one on the website. For example, the number 1 is 36561. Now let's look at New York Times. So so 0 is all 0. We look at number 1. Number 1 is 36560. How about the last one? Last one should be 5,543,552. And all the way down. So 5,543,552. It also should be the same as the New York Times website. Let's refresh. So 5,000,005. Wait, why is it different? What's going on? Three five five two. Okay, reload. Oh, it just updated. So the latest 544,092. So let me just hold on. Now I should match. Oh yeah, so this number should match this number, and it should match this number. Okay. So I'll explain this CSV file a little bit. So this a 3-column is the data on the New York Times JSON file. So they have Biden J, Trump D. This is their share. This is timestamp. It's in UTC. So here's a vote total Biden, Trump, and then this column, I added this column. Let me explain this. So this column, I take this and multiply by the share, by the Biden share. It give me a how many votes Biden currently have. Same for Trump. And if this column I subtract the previous Biden share from current one, and that give me how many vote Biden gained during in this batch, and same for Trump. In this column, I have a difference between Biden's gain and Trump's gain. So it's Biden gain minus Trump gain. So you can just look at this file for anomaly. For example, why is there negative number? Well, these may not be real. So I'll add one more column. That's resolution. So because this share is rounded to the 3 decimal point, so the margin or resolution of the vote is the total vote times 0.001. So if the absolute value of negative number is less than the resolution, it's not a real concern. But this one does. This is a real concern because it's higher than the resolution. It means this loose vote. Let me just bring up the fix header. So what's so this negative number shown here is actually Trump lost vote, but in the time series, one should not lose vote. So you can just browse the file and looking for anomaly, but the best way to look at this is through plot. So for the first one, I'll just plot Biden and Trump's accumulated votes over time. You might find this plot familiar, especially this part. So next, I'll plot the difference between Biden and Trump votes. I'll plot this as a bar plot. So you see all this big spike. So if it's negative, that means Trump has more share. If it's positive, that means Biden has more share, more votes. So let's look at one example. For example, this one is 35. So Trump has 60,000 more votes. 35. That's this one. So Trump candidate is this. Trump candidate is this. Biden candidate is. So you see the ratio is not that big. It's about 2 to 1. Even though the absolute difference is 66,000. But let's look at this. So this is point 420. Now this one is of some real concern because Biden has 50,000 votes. Trump only have 5,000 votes. And the biggest one is this. You see this is at the same place as this. So this is where Biden's vote catch up to Trump. You might ask, in all these vote dumps, how many times Trump have more votes, and how many times Biden have more votes? We can easily calculate that from this column. We can just say how many times is negative. That's when Trump has more votes, and how many times this column is positive. So we'll do a formula count if so the range is L3 to L563. +1, mean bigger than 0, that's when Biden has more vote. So it's 140. And do the opposite. So you see Trump has more vote, 400 times. Biden have 140 times. It's almost 3 times. Like Trump have more vote. But how come in the end Biden has more total vote? That's because in this 104 times Biden has more vote. He had a higher margin, and some of them are quite unbelievable, like this one. Yeah. So I'll add one more plot that shows the ratio of Biden versus Trump. So add one more column. That's Biden So in this column, we'll have Biden's vote gain divided by Trump vote gain. So and we'll plot this graph. What? So this negative 800 number totally overwhelmed the other number, so we can see the real number. So I will fix it up a little bit. So this is 441. Let's look at the data. Let me first hide this. So this number still, because the Trump is a negative number and this is 1. That's why it's so the ratio is so large. So in order for the plot to be meaningful, I will just plot those numbers that is bigger than a threshold. For example, 1000. So I will just do if either I3 is less than 1000 or J3 less than 1000. So if either this condition is true, I'll just set the ratio to 1. So otherwise it shows us the real ratio. So now it showed us a real ratio. So you see there's some huge ratio here. For example, this is 10. This means Biden has 11 times more than Trump, and this one is the one we talk about. This has 23 times more. So this data point 466. Let's look at 466. So this number, in this dump, Biden gained 140,000. Trump only gained 5,000. The resolution is 5,000. So Trump gained hardly anything from 1,000 to like 10,000. But Biden gained 140,000. That's just because this ratio is 23. It's just unbelievable. So this ratio is not credible. Why it's not credible? Because we know even in the bluest, deepest blue region of Michigan, the ratio shouldn't be this high. For example, Wayne County. Let's look at Wayne County. So in Wayne County, this street party. Now all these are disputed, but even in this disputed, the disputed report, let's look at the total is 68-30. So even for like a highly disputed mail-in vote result, the ratio should be 3-1. But this is 24-1. So that's why it's not believable. So I have here Biden-Trump ratio. I will add one more column that flips this number. Just do inverse. So just do inverse this number. So that's Trump-Biden ratio. So this is Biden divided by Trump. So I will add one more. That's Trump divided by Biden. So you see the Trump divided by Biden ratio is not so crazy. So the highest one is less than 5. And let's look at this number. So this number is 234. So here Biden got 1684, Trump got 8,000. So it's probably from a deep red county. It's not so so outrageous, right? But this one 466. This is outrageous. So I will put this CSV and other CSV files, the CSV file for other states online, so you can also analyze the data. But you don't want to read too much out of this data. Like some people say, the time difference, for example, the time difference between this and this is 5 seconds. You can possibly count all these votes in 5 seconds, but it's probably fraud. But that's not how it works, right? The county probably just uploaded from the vote from flash drive, and then they click a button to submit the vote to the agency. That's why you have the 5 second difference, but that's not indicative of fraud. Also, they say the look, this ratio doesn't change. Well, you have if you vote, it's the vote gain is so small, it will not change the percentage in one dump. So that's also not indicative of fraud. And look here, this look the time difference. 3 days. They spend 3 days. Look the vote difference. That's 1. So they spend 3 days. Counted 1 vote. Okay, now I'll convert another one. Open the Michigan Senate. So Peters G, James J. See here, this one is the same pattern as the presidential one. So data point 452. Here 453. So the difference is also 140,000. Look at these two numbers.